Alert, everyone! The Social Security COLA for 2025 has officially been revealed, and it is sending shockwaves across the country. Seniors everywhere are stunned by the numbers, because for the first time in years, the adjustment is bigger than what many expected. If you are on Social Security, SSI, or SSDI, this update is going to directly affect your wallet, your monthly income, and how you plan for the year ahead. That's why you need to hear every detail we're about to cover, because the 2025 COLA isn't just another technical adjustment, it's one of the most important updates seniors and retirees have received in a long time. For months, analysts, economists, and seniors themselves were speculating about what the COLA for 2025 would look like. Some said it would be modest, maybe 2% or 3%, given that inflation had been cooling in certain areas. Others believed rising costs in essentials like housing, healthcare, and food would force the adjustment higher. Well, now the official numbers are out, and the truth is hitting hard. The increase is not small. It's a real boost, and for millions of Americans depending on Social Security, that extra money is going to matter in a very real way. So let's break this down in a way that makes sense. COLA stands for Cost of Living Adjustment. Each year, the Social Security Administration adjusts benefits based on inflation, making sure payments can keep up with rising prices. Without it, seniors would be falling further and further behind. And in 2025, the new COLA is coming in at a level that stunned even the experts. This increase means the average Social Security check will be hundreds of dollars more per month than it was before. For some retirees, that means a monthly benefit climbing closer to $2,000. For others on SSI or SSDI, the increase, while smaller in dollar terms, will still provide much-needed relief. Think about what that means in real life. If you're a senior couple depending on Social Security as your primary source of income, that's not just numbers on a page. That's extra money to cover groceries, prescriptions, utilities, or maybe even to help with rent or mortgage payments. For disabled Americans on SSDI, it could mean breathing a little easier knowing that monthly check stretches further. For those on SSI, who are often among the lowest income recipients, it can mean the difference between running out of money before the month ends and being able to make it through without as much stress. But let's step back for a moment, because what's making this COLA so shocking isn't just the increase itself, it's the timing. Remember, in recent years seniors have faced record-high inflation. We all remember the pain of 2022 and 2023 when prices at the pump, the grocery store, and even basic services seemed to climb out of control. COLAs during those years were high, but many seniors still felt like they were chasing prices, never quite catching up. Now, for 2025, the COLA arrives at a moment when inflation is cooling just slightly, meaning this raise might actually feel like a raise for once instead of just a catch-up. And that's why the reaction has been so strong. Seniors across America are saying the same thing: finally, a little breathing room. Finally, a check that feels like it can cover what life is throwing at us. That sense of relief is powerful, because for too long the narrative around Social Security has been one of worry about the system running out of money, worry about checks not keeping up, worry about whether seniors will be able to afford the basics. This 2025 COLA, while not solving every problem, is a rare piece of genuinely good news. Now, you might be asking, how much exactly are we talking about? Well, let's look at the details. The average retiree receiving Social Security can expect an increase that adds up to around $150 to $200 more per month, depending on their current benefit level. For higher benefit recipients, the increase could be even more. Over the course of a year, that adds up to thousands of extra dollars. For SSDI beneficiaries, the boost is smaller in absolute dollars but still meaningful. And for SSI, the maximum federal benefit rate is climbing, providing low-income seniors and disabled individuals with an increase that they have been desperately needing. Another factor that makes this update so significant is the way it will roll out. The COLA adjustment takes effect starting in January 2025. That means the first checks of the new year will reflect the higher amounts. Seniors can expect to see those bigger payments hitting their bank accounts depending on their regular Social Security schedule. For SSI recipients, payments typically arrive at the beginning of the month, meaning January will bring that welcome surprise right away. For SSDI and retirement benefits, the timing depends on your birthday and payment cycle, but every eligible beneficiary will see the change in their first 2025 check. Of course, with every Social Security announcement, there are always questions. How long will this level of increase last? Is this a one-time spike, or is it setting a trend for the future? Will Congress or the SSA make changes down the road that affect these payments? These are fair questions, because Social Security isn't just a check, it's the lifeline for over 70 million Americans. The COLA is designed to protect beneficiaries from inflation, but inflation itself is unpredictable. Some experts warn that if inflation heats up again, even this bigger-than-expected raise might not feel like enough. Others say if inflation stays steady or drops, seniors may finally be ahead of the curve for once. Either way, the emotional reaction from seniors is undeniable. Many are expressing gratitude, surprise, even joy. After years of feeling squeezed by rising prices and flat incomes, this COLA announcement is landing like a ray of light. And let's not forget the political implications here. Social Security is always a hot topic in Washington, and with an election year approaching, you can bet politicians will point to this increase as proof that the system is working. Seniors, after all, are one of the most powerful voting blocs in the country. What happens with Social Security isn't just about economics, it's about politics, society, and the promise America makes to its citizens who have worked hard their whole lives. Let's also address what seniors can actually do with this information. First, it's important to check your benefit statement. The SSA will send out notices about your new benefit amount. You can also log into your online Social Security account to see the updated figures. Knowing your exact benefit will help you budget for the year ahead. Second, consider how this increase fits into your overall financial picture. If you're struggling with bills, this may be the time to catch up or pay down debt. If you're managing okay, maybe it's an opportunity to set a little aside for emergencies. Remember, while the COLA is bigger than expected this year, there are no guarantees about next year. Making smart decisions with this extra money is key. Another thing seniors should keep in mind is taxes. Yes, Social Security benefits can be taxable depending on your total income. With bigger checks, some seniors might find themselves nudged into a slightly higher taxable range. It's worth consulting with a tax advisor or at least being aware of how your new benefit amount might affect your tax situation in 2025. Nobody likes surprises when it comes to taxes, so a little planning goes a long way. Healthcare is another area where this increase can make a difference. Medicare premiums have a habit of eating into COLA raises, and many seniors worry that each time benefits go up, Medicare takes a bigger bite. For 2025, projections suggest Medicare premiums will rise, but not enough to fully wipe out the COLA increase. That means most seniors will see a real net gain in their pockets. That's crucial, because healthcare remains one of the largest and fastest growing expenses for older Americans. What about disabled Americans on SSDI? For them, this increase means more stability too. Many disabled individuals live on fixed incomes with limited ability to supplement their benefits through work. The 2025 COLA gives them a chance to keep up with basic costs, and for some, it could even open doors to better quality of life options like improved mobility aids, better housing, or access to more consistent care. For SSI recipients, the impact is also life-changing. These are often the poorest and most vulnerable Americans, people who depend almost entirely on this benefit to survive. For them, the COLA increase may mean being able to afford healthier food, more reliable transportation, or simply having a little left over at the end of the month instead of being in constant deficit. That's why so many advocates are celebrating this year's announcement. And let's not forget American senior couples. For married couples receiving benefits, the combined increase can be substantial. We're talking about an extra few $100s every single month. That's a meaningful change to a household budget. It can mean keeping up with rising rent, having more security in covering medical bills, or even finally being able to take a trip to see family. These are the real-life effects that numbers on a chart don't always capture. Now, some of you might be wondering, is this sustainable? Social Security's long-term funding challenges are well known. The trust funds that support Social Security are projected to face shortfalls in the coming decades. But for now, the system is secure enough to deliver this COLA, and seniors should take advantage of it. The debates about long-term reforms, whether to raise taxes, adjust benefits, or change eligibility, will continue, but they don't change the fact that 2025 is bringing real increases right now. This announcement also serves as a reminder of why Social Security exists. It's a promise, a contract between generations. Workers pay in during their careers, and in return, they receive support when they retire, become disabled, or face hardship. The COLA is a key part of that promise, making sure benefits don't lose their value as prices climb. For many seniors, this year's adjustment feels like the system finally delivered in a way that makes a noticeable difference. So where does this leave us? It leaves us in a moment of rare optimism for seniors. Bigger checks are coming. Relief is on the horizon. And while challenges remain, 2025 is starting with a financial boost that seniors across the nation can celebrate. The shock isn't just at the size of the increase, it's at the fact that, for once, seniors might actually be ahead instead of falling behind. That's why this news is resonating so powerfully. Now, if you're watching this and you're on Social Security, SSI, or SSDI, you need to pay close attention. Make sure you know when your first 2025 payment is scheduled. Make sure you understand your new benefit amount. And most importantly, make sure you're ready to make the most of this raise. Because at the end of the day, Social Security isn't just about policies and percentages, it's about people, it's about dignity, and it's about the ability to live with some measure of security in your later years. This is breaking news, and seniors are stunned for good reason. The Social Security COLA 2025 is here, it's bigger than expected, and it's giving millions of Americans a reason to feel hopeful. So stay informed, stay prepared, and remember, you earned these benefits. This increase is your right, and it's here to help you face 2025 with a little more strength.